I did have two great questions sent to me. Linda from Cruises Inc. and Sam from Travel and Good Company. Thank you both for sending me questions in advance. We're going to get to these first. We're going to take a look. And also, as I said in my preview, you want to talk about 2016? Has anybody got big plans? Are you making a big change? I want to hear about it. Do you have a big problem? But it can have nothing to do with stitches, because I can't help. My wife can help you with that, Kimberly. She's a nurse practitioner, but I cannot. I can tell you jokes and I can put you in stitches. Perhaps. But that's as far as I'll go, Patty. And so here's the deal. Let's get into it. Type in your stuff. Tell me what your plan is for 16. What are you going to do different? What's stopping you from achieving it? What was your biggest obstacle in 2015 that you want to overcome in 2016? Let's talk about it. How can I help? The slide that you're looking at is the only slide you're going to see this whole show, because all we're going to do is address your issues, your items, your opportunities, your challenges, and stuff like that. So let me just check the question one more time here. Patty said her goal is big groups in 2016. I love it. And you know, Patty, it's not just big as in numbers. It doesn't have to be a group of 100 or 200 or a charter. We're talking big success first and foremost, and big margin, big profits. Big success first and foremost, and big profits. Because you guys know you can make more margin per person on a group of 12, potentially, than a group of 50. It's all how you package it and put it all together, and yeah. All right. Nobody else has typed in anything. And that's okay. My guess is you're holding back. You want to hear these issues, these problems first. So here we go. 1 second. By the way, I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. Did I say that yet? It's craziness right now with the holidays. We got 2 inches of snow out here in Memphis. I'm kidding. It's gorgeous today. It's cold, but crisp, but beautiful. And I'm running a half marathon with Kimberly, with my wife, on Saturday morning in St. Jude. So I'm in tip-top shape. I hope. All right, getting into it. Linda, Cruises Inc. And remember, folks, if you have an answer, you want to share your thoughts, your feelings, your take on this, type away. Linda from Cruises Inc. I need suggestions for my 2016 marketing plan. I had 1 group this year, but I'd like to book at least 4 in 2016. I love it. Lofty, ambitious goals, Linda. Need suggestions on best marketing, asking for referrals. And she says she has a low customer base right now, and she is still growing. This is great. You're honest. You're putting it forward here, and I get you. I've got to believe almost everybody else on the line right now could probably say the same thing as you head into 2016. So here we go, Linda. And folks, here's what I would do, Linda, if I was you. And agents right now, if you're on the line, if you've got the same dilemma that you want to quadruple your business next year, and you're still building your list, you don't have a big customer base right now. So here we go. Number 1, and this is in no particular order, but I really believe if you don't already have a niche, find a niche. And if groups is your niche, that's great, but that's too big a niche. I'm talking about your passion. What kind of groups do you really want to service? Do you really want to work with? Because what happens is if you go in with a really wide net, guess what happens when you go fishing with a wide net? A wide net has big holes. The fish go right through the big holes. If you go in with a small net, it's going to have small holes. The fish are not going to be able to get out, and you're going to have a much better catch. It's also, you know what bait to use. Anybody out there, fishermen? If you know what you want to catch, you use the right bait. So if you have a niche, and Linda, I don't know what it is. Do you love photography? Do you love history? Are you spiritual? Do you play canasta and bridge and mahjong? Do you bike? Do you run? Do you love reading? What is that you love doing? What places do you love exploring? What type of people do you love hanging out with? What's your niche? And then it'll be much, much easier to do the rest of the things I'm about to tell you. because you got to get out. You got to go meet people. You got to go meet people, shake hands, kiss the babies, and you may not. I always believe that the majority of your business, my friends, is in your own backyard. So let me skip to that for just a second, because the easiest thing you could be doing right now, immediately, every single day, is every single person you talk to, whether it's friends or family or existing clients. You don't want to ask them, hey, I do groups. Do you have any groups for me? Not going to work. What you want to see is the same question that you've heard me say repeatedly on the show, which is, what big events do you have on the horizon? What big events do you have on your horizon? If somebody says nothing, then they have a boring life. Everybody's got something big coming up on the horizon, like a big birthday, a big anniversary, a big reunion, something, whether it's in 16 or 17. And that's your opportunity to provide the solution being group travel, to their problem. They got a big event coming up, and maybe the problem is it needs to be spectacular, done in a way you've never done it before. Let's do a group trip. Maybe they've never done it before. So Linda, right away, you're going to ask everybody that question who's already in your database. You got to let them know you do groups too, so just make sure they know that, but don't ask them for group business. Ask them, what big events do you have on the horizon? And you can say that about work and play. And then you want to get out. So let's say you find your niche. So again, if it was me, I know what my niche would be, and I'd go into those circles. Because if you think you've got enough advertising and branding that they're going to find you, it's not going to happen. You go into their circles, join their Facebook sites, get on their mailing lists, go to their meetings, and don't give out business cards. You've heard me say this before. You give out cards, you go home and you sit by the phone and you wait for the calls to come in, and they don't come in, so you get their business card. You collect. You build your list. And my final thing, Linda, because I want to get on to everyone else who's typing in, and I will provide more during the show, I promise. I want to get to Sam's issue too, which is if you listen to me, everybody, if you want to receive, you've got to give. I can't tell you how many free webinars and free PDFs I give out every year, because I want people to like me, love me, and to think of me as a generous person. And they may not have any desire to buy anything from me today, but tomorrow they might. And I hope that they will remember that I gave them something complimentary, free, that helped them, and that when they're ready to buy something, they will. So travel professionals, what are you giving away? How are you being generous with your current clients and your potential clients? What are you giving back? You know, whether it's biblical or whether you read this from the likes of Zig Ziglar or other people, we need to give if we want to receive. Are you creating a one-page PDF that tells people the best things to pack for a river cruise? Are you creating a one-pager, I don't know, that what the weather is like in Spain in March? You don't have to create this stuff. Your suppliers have it. The stuff is online. Just package it up real nice with your logo. Shoot it by me if you want. I'll take a look-see at it. What are you giving away? When's the last time you went to the school, you did a presentation to the kids who go home and tell their parents that, oh my goodness, Linda came in and she presented stuff about, I don't know, the bananas in the Caribbean, you know, what they eat for breakfast. I don't know. When's the last time you read a presentation at the library? When's the last time you send out a press release to the local paper saying that you have a special, you're hosting a free cocktail reception in partnership with a local restaurant, and you know there's going to be a wine pairing thing because you're really into wine-themed cruises? I don't know. What are you giving back? And whenever you do these free webinars, these free conference calls, these free presentations, or write free articles and give them to the people on your list, here, take this. It's a gift from me. You're building your list, and it's triggering what's called reciprocity. The more you give, the more you will get back, because they're going to feel somewhat more encouraged, more comfortable, more willing to give you something when you ask for it the next time. We could be here all day coming up with great ideas, but there you go with some simple stuff. And folks, tell me if you think I'm crazy, or tell me what you're doing. Notice I did not say advertise. You don't need to advertise. Can I tell you one more thing? Hold on. Listen to me. And by the way, I hope somebody turns their microphone on. You are in the business, my friends, of transforming lives. I just got back. I did 2 presentations at Cruise World. I did 2 for Cruise One and Cruises Inc. at their conference. And I talked about this a lot. You need to remember what business you're in. You're in the business of transforming lives. Group travel and any kind of vacation transforms lives. You are transformers. And you pull a heavy weight, man. The internet can't do it. Suppliers can't do it. Online travel agents, they can't do it. You can do it. The consumer can't do it themselves. Take it seriously. So, Linda, when you set out, and everybody, when you set out to go quadruple your business in 2016, you have to know clearly how you want to transform lives. Who are the people you can transform? How? Why? And knock their socks off, man, with passion. Don't sell travel. Transform lives. Here we go. Sam, we're going to get yours in just a second. Wow, that was a big. Let me get off the stump. That takes some coffee. Oh. Okay, Ken. Hello, Ken. Welcome to boot camp. Ken, it's great to have you here. Biggest obstacle was education. Boot camp answered a lot of questions. Looking for a minimum 6 groups this year. Yeah. Have 2 on the books right now. 4 to go. You're almost there. These groups are separate from destination weddings. This is a plus. This is plus business. All right, so Ken, you've got destination weddings going on, which is, it sounds like it's awesome. You've got 2 on the books, and you got 4 more to go. And so what you're saying, Ken, was that the biggest obstacle was education, and that boot camp answered a lot of those questions. And I'm delighted. I'm thrilled. You know, I know everybody's coming into boot camp at different levels. Most of you have been in business a really long time, but you never really nailed groups, okay? And I'm glad that you're all finding different parts of boot camp valuable. You know, so remember, and I say this, you know, every time you start a new week up at the top, I remind you what boot camp's all about. And here's what I want to do in the Ask Stuart Hour 2, which is number 1, I want to validate things you're already doing, right, Ken? There's a lot of stuff in boot camp you're already doing, so I'm validating it. Great stuff. Good job. Number 2, I'm reminding you of things you may have forgotten. If you've been in business a couple of years, you may forgot to do this, this, and the other thing. I hope to remind you of those things. And number 3, the big one, but as important as the other 2 is, I'm giving you new perspectives, new ideas, new choices, new ways of looking at things that you may have never thought of before. It's best practices that I've seen other agents, super successful agents, do over all the years. And you know, one of the biggest things is that I can't wait, and I keep talking about it, but I promise you I will add group launch sequence to boot camp. This will blow your minds, knock your socks off. You will never launch a group the same way ever again until I show you exactly how to do it. Okay, so just buckle up, sit tight, and get ready, because I'm going to blow your minds with this, and some of you may have already heard about this. It's a whole different spin on it. I did it with my river cruise, so if you guys followed me as I launched my river cruise, you know what I'm talking about. It's really, really great. So, Ken, I'm glad to hear that the stuff at boot camp is helping, and now it's time to set sail, man. It's time to really go out and get that business, but don't sell. Transform lives. Whose lives do you want to transform? How? Why? One more thing. Let me present this to you. You know, I had a conversation yesterday with Mike. A lot of conversations with agents when I've been out and about, and you guys on email. And the biggest deal is that you set up a meeting, right? You set up a meeting with the local business or somebody to talk, and you go to sell a group trip, and sometimes they don't let you in the door because they know you're selling something, or sometimes you get in the door and you're selling something, and they say, you know what, I've been approached 100 times before. Thank you. I'm not interested. Goodbye. Have a nice day. I'm glad you're a customer in my shop, but I don't want to. No. The main thing you guys need to do is uncover their problems. Whether it's a consumer and they have a big celebration event, a big event on the horizon that has to be very special, or a other local business owner that's looking to build business, build loyalty, attract new customers, help build their own brand. What's their problem? Find out before you sell anything. Find out their problem. And by the way, that's a great thing to do as a great mission for 2016. You're a local business. Go meet all the other local businesses in the area. Go meet them all. Find out what their problem is. And see if you can offer group travel, a group trip as a solution. Thanks, Ken, for participating. Gina, I would also fall into that category. Great. So I hope that I have helped with the stuff that I am spewing here today. Thank you, Gina. One of Gina's goals for 2016 is one group minimum per quarter. I love it. I think that's reasonable. It's wonderful. And if they all happen in the same quarter, I bet you'd be okay with it. You're going to be really busy, but I think it's outstanding. And you know what? Also, Gina, and listen, everybody, pull up a chair. Get closer. Get closer so you can hear me better. You can see, I don't know if my eyes are blue today or gray. It's called the law of attraction. Do you guys know what the law of attraction is? The law of attraction says that what you believe will manifest. So if you believe, Linda, you're going to get 3 more groups. Gina, you're going to get more groups. Ken, you're going to get 4 more groups. You will. It's the law of attraction. Because when you meet these people, you talk to them on the phone, they will hear in your voice, in your heart, the confidence that they're going to hire you, that you're the right guy, you're the right gal for the gig. People who don't have the law of attraction, well, everyone has the law of attraction because if you're negative, you get what you think about. If you're positive, you get more of the positive. Right? Okay. Barbara Sam Roberts, I'm going to do your thing next. In 2016, I intend to host a group as I hosted in 2011 and go after more small groups and business in general. I think these sessions have shown me that the business is there amongst my friends and my family, and I need to stay closer in contact with them. Exactly. I, too, started out with a low but very loyal customer base. Loyalty is what you need. Thanks for mentioning the word loyalty. You also showed me this year to ask for the business and ask for the referrals. Each time I asked, I had been successful. Yes! I would stand up and dance and shout right now, but I would pull the plug out of my earphones and spill my coffee, so I won't. Thank you, Sam, for sharing that. I'm humbled to hear that, and that's right. Right. You've got to ask for the business and ask for the referrals. That's part of my group launch sequence, by the way. Because the whole idea is that you say, no, you can't, I'm not taking your money. No, I'm not taking your money. I'm not taking your money until I've answered every question and removed any possible obstacle. I've removed every obstacle that is preventing you from buying this. And I will tell you when it's okay to buy. And you tell them what the date is. This is my group launch sequence. You tell them exactly when. And you give them a 24 or 48-hour window. That's it. Well, same as Black Friday. When do you go shopping? On Black Friday. On Black Friday. You're not going to get the Black Friday deal on Tuesday. So you pre-sell. And then basically by telling them when you're going to take their deposits and when you're not, you're asking for the business. You're telling them, yeah, listen to me, everybody. You're telling them it's okay to buy now. They want to hear this from you. Consumers, we're all consumers too. We're all nervous about making a really big purchase. I love it when I'm going to make a purchase and that person says to me, you're good. This is good. I've satisfied all of the needs that you have, the questions you have, the issues that you've had. We're good to go, right? We're ready to go. Let's wrap it up. People want to hear this from you, that it's okay. Okay, let's see. Sam, I have a friend who is a very successful Johnny Cash tribute artist. This year, for his annual Christmas show that always sells out, I purchased 20 tickets and invited my best customers to join me for the afternoon performance as my guests. We are also going to lunch before the 2 p.m. show. Everyone is going to take care of their own lunch tab. That's great. That's great, Sam. Those little things, those are gifts. You're giving a gift. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. It's terrific. Wonderful. And I would imagine my tickets are in the mail. They haven't arrived yet. That's really nice. I admire that. Beautiful. Yeah, Ken said, don't be a drive-by marketer. That's right. Don't be a drive-by. Get out, shake the hands, kiss the babies, meet the people, enter their circles. Mickey, hello, Mickey. Hi, Stuart. I haven't technically started doing the boot camp because of constraints, so I apologize if this is something you address in boot camp. Do you find that a lot of agents are focusing solely on groups and not doing FITs at all? I'm thinking about only doing FITs for existing clients. Okay, I can't answer that, Mickey. It's a great question. I would like you guys, everybody who's on right now, just type in and tell me, and I'll have to jump ahead, and I want to know, do you turn away FITs? Do you give FIT business to another agent, to an associate? Do you do both? Do you do exclusively groups? And it's a great question, Mickey. I would love to. I'm going to be ballsy here. Oops. Did I say that? Uh-oh. Oh, there's a 5-second delay. So what? Beep. So you didn't hear what I said. I'm going to be bold here and tell you that I think you should only do groups. And, of course, that FIT business that comes from all the groups is wonderful, and I'd hate to see you turn it down, but possibly you can have a partner, an associate, an assistant to handle the FIT business. And you focus on the big money maker, the big groups. Big as in big margin, big success. So, Mickey, I'll let you know. I put the question out there. I want to hear what you guys do. Let's see. Patty says, did a presentation at my boys' school before Thanksgiving. I'm doing a fundraiser cruise that benefits the school. I have a corporate sponsor who is matching what is contributed by the parents. 100 people booked so far and counting. Everybody, do you hear what's going on here? Patty's got a group revolution going on. Many of you already do. Many of you want to kickstart it. But I want Patty's success and everybody else's success that we're talking about here to be an inspiration that there's so much business out there. There's so much opportunity. And the thing is, most of these consumers that you may think, oh, Linda, let me go back to this for a second. You may think your job is to go out and find new group leaders. I addressed this in one of my presentations. You may think that that's your mission, is to go find group leaders. Well, if you want to find group leaders, go look in the yellow pages under group leaders. And I'm not so sure you're going to love doing business with them, because some of them could be really savvy, smart, know-it-all, and sort of commodity-oriented, because it's going to be all about them. Maybe that's what they do for a living. Listen carefully. Don't go looking for group leaders. Go looking for groups that have problems and that you know how to put a group trip together to solve that problem. And that group trip is going to transform their lives, but you're going to create a new group leader. Your mission is not to go sell to group leaders and find them first. It's to go make new ones, create new ones. Because most people out there, they've never done a group. And as long as you identify who, not necessarily the president or the big wig of the organization is, who is the biggest influencer, whoever holds the most sway, that's your group leader. You're going to create. Could you imagine the difference between dealing with somebody who's been leading groups for years and is a pain in the versus a group leader you create, you teach, you mold, you form, you shape? They sign that group letter agreement, piece of cake, no problem. They love working with you. They love doing what they're doing. And you know what? They may not even like having the title of group leader. They don't want it. They're too busy. Don't even tell them they're the group leader, but you know they are. So don't go looking for group leaders. Go look for the opportunities, for the organizations, these associations, the clubs, the groups, the cohorts. They have problems, and then you'll find out who the group leader is going to be, and you're going to mold them. You're going to create them. This is great stuff, Patty. I wish you very, very best of success. Patrick, love it. Keep encouraging it. My pleasure. Thank you for those words. I appreciate it. Hello, Nancy. The word niche has always intimidated Nancy. I don't have one. I love doing multi-generational trips, but isn't that a niche? Oh, but is that a niche? Why not? Absolutely. Absolutely, totally. You know, there's no way for me to, or anybody to say, oh, that's a niche, that's not a niche. The more specific you get, the better the niche. But there's no rules here, Nancy. There's no rules to the niche. So if you love doing multi-generational trips, which means what? Now that's a feature of what you do. That's not the benefit. So Nancy, if I was to ask you, well, do you go around town telling people I do multi-generational trips? I don't think you do, because that's going to be meaningless. That's only what we talk about here in our circles. But if you go around saying, if you've got little ones, if you've got seasoned ones, and you've got lots of people in between, I know how to have a vacation where everybody has a good time. And you could say, wow, it must be a real challenge when you guys all go on vacation so that everybody's happy. They go, oh, yes, oh, Nancy, it's so true, it's tough. So there's their problem. Their problem is finding a destination, a product that will deliver the wow for everybody involved and make it stress-free. You're the expert. You know the resorts. You know the cruise ships. You know the tours that fulfill, that satisfy, that deliver for everybody involved. Why can't that be a niche? I think sometimes, this is a general statement for everybody, most agencies are afraid to declare a niche because they're afraid of the business they're going to miss. But at the meantime, you just remain a generalist. So there's a lot of business you're missing. How about that? By not niching, you're already missing out all that business that's really in your love circle. So just define niche, if you will, right now with me as what's in your love circle. Who do you love to work with? What trips? What products? I mean, your niche can be demographic. Your niche can be your niche can be destination. It can be experiential. So a niche doesn't have to be defined by I do only family reunions, or it doesn't have to be defined by I do only seniors. It can be defined by I specialize in Alaska. I'll take you there by resort, take you there by ship, take you there by train. I do Alaska. I don't care if you're 22 years old and you want to go to Alaska, or if you're 95 years old. My specialty is Alaska. So you can define your niche any way you want, but And those of you who have defined a niche, type in, tell me, yes, I'm a niche. I love it, because I guarantee you, as long as you do what's in your heart, you'll never look back. You'll never look back. And you won't have to turn down business you don't specialize in, Nancy, because you're going to get so much of the business that you really want. You're going to attract, law of attraction. You're going to attract the business you love most. And here's another thing. If you are already for people who are afraid to niche, those people afraid to niche because they're afraid of the business, if they focus that they're going to miss out on all the other business. Well, you wouldn't be asking me about niching and considering it if you're getting so much business now in a much more general sense. If your phone is ringing off the hook, if you can't keep up with the business and you have no niche at all, you just do it all for everybody and anybody, you don't need to niche. End of discussion. But if you're thinking of niching, okay, because perhaps there's some kind of business, destinations, people, products, you don't make enough money, it's not pleasant, you don't want to deal with, niche, and you're going to get rid of that. You're going to shed that business, and you're going to fill your bucket with the business you love. From Clavia, got a group cruise lined up in January, 2 destination weddings, a week apart in Cancun, awesome, and a 35th high school class reunion in Punta Cana, all in the first half of 2016. Hang on, here's what Clavia says. She goes, whoop, whoop. Everybody at the same time with me, okay, on 3. 1, 2, 3, whoop, whoop. Way to go. Congratulations, thank you for sharing. Best of success, truly, and report back how it goes. What did you learn? Are you accompanying these trips I believe if you have any type of a complex trip where they have needs, there's a lot going on, or there's enough people, you need to be there, and you don't do it free. You get paid to be there. You build in your cost as part of the trip. Okay, really important. Thank you for sharing that. Judy, welcome, Judy. I am working on putting more information on my personal and business Facebook pages and suggesting your question, what big events do they have coming up? And I may have the solution for them. What do you think? I think I love it. You know, if I came to your website right now, okay, what will it tell me? Will it tell me that you offer deals, discounts, you have all these supplier logos, there's a booking engine, and I'm going to think you're just like any other online travel agency? Or will I come to your website right now, and in big, simple, bold letters, will it say, what special events are on your horizon? That's it. That's it. That's all. I'm done. Wrap it up. It's a wrap. We're done. I'm serious. I just wrote an article for Agent at Home magazine. Do you guys read Agent at Home magazine? And there's 4 key things that I believe travel professionals should urgently change. You may not like what I wrote, but it's the truth. Number 1, make your website 1 page and make it all about you. It's called Who Am I Marketing? So when I do find you online, I love what I see and I know what you do clearly, crisply. We talk about this for hours. Now, number 2 was take that business card that's cluttered and just put 2 things on it, your name and your phone number. That's it. Thank you, Judy, for sharing. And I love your idea. So Jean Ann, hello, Jean Ann. It says that she does both. So Jean Ann does groups and FIT. So it's very much of an individual preference. I don't think there's any right or any wrong. Judy says that she does both, group and FIT, but I'm looking forward to doing more groups. And she already has 1 or any of the books for 16. Awesome, Judy. Good success. Carol, hello, Carol. Welcome to the show. Currently looking at changing business plan and doing only groups and only providing FIT to an exclusive list of 10 existing clients. Listen carefully, everybody. This is well thought out here. Carol says she's currently looking at changing her business plan to doing only groups and only providing FIT to an exclusive list of 10 existing clients, and plans to get an independent counselor, an independent agent, an IT to handle the FIT business and referrals. I love it. 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 You keep focused, and those FIT clients, well, are still going to love you because you're there, you're watching, but all the little details are taken care of by it's an assistant and an associate so that you can focus on what you really, really love to do. Sam says she definitely does FITs, but what she's found with the FITs is that you need to sell up. She's been selling up for years to the point where now she has a small base of luxury FIT clients. They have been with her for years, and they travel every year. Did you get that? Did you hear what the beauty in what Sam just shared? It's called selling up. They may never have started as luxury clients. Everyone says, I'm looking to build my luxury business. I'm looking for luxury clients. It's the same. Don't go looking for a group leader. Create a group leader. Don't go looking for a luxury client. Create a luxury client. These people have no idea of the opportunities that they can have to have a better vacation. I don't know if you guys have seen me speak, and I use this in one of my speeches. I often do it in a keynote. It's called Supersize Me, Please. When I say supersize me, please, what I'm saying is people today, you know, they don't want to settle for something that's just okay, especially when it comes to a vacation. So here's what you do. When you're talking, when you're qualifying them, when you're playing detective and getting the information, whether it's a group or an FIT, you ask this question. When I come back and present some wonderful package to you, I can present to you something that's going to be okay, something that's good, something that's better, or something that's the best. Is that okay? Show me a client who's going to say, no, Stuart, we just want okay for this trip. We're fine with it being okay. Show me somebody who's going to say that. Almost everyone is going to probably say, show me the best. I don't know if I can afford it, but go ahead. Right, Sam? Am I speaking your language now? So selling up is just our little way of talking here, you know, but also I want you to know, everybody, that sort of presents a negative. It's like you're going uphill. But if you get permission to supersize, and basically you tell them right out, listen, this trip's going to cost you a few more dollars, but the memories, the experience is going to be significantly better. So for a few more dollars, you're going to get this much more of an experience. And you're going to show them how. Because they didn't know there were private VIP transfers. They didn't know there's a way to book all the stuff in advance. They didn't know that there's a suite available for just a couple of dollars more. You need to know that. I love it. Okay, I want to, we got a lot of people typing in stuff. We got a full house today. I am so grateful that you're here, by the way. And by the way, let me just say, oh my goodness, time is flying. So December 15th is our next Ask Stuart Hour. December 15th is my birthday. And I would love it if you can be with me. I don't know why that show is going to be any different from any other day. But I'll try to make it different, fun, exciting, stimulating, even more so than today. I'll wear my birthday suit. I'll wear a birthday hat. I don't know. But make sure you sign up for the December 15th Ask Stuart Hour. Same time, same channel. But I forgot what day of the week it is. It's on the website. So here we go. Now, I want everybody's opinion on this, please. Okay, I'm going to read this, run through it real quick here. This is from Sam from Travel and Good Company. Literally, on the day of the Paris attacks, I was prepared to launch my AMA group from Amsterdam for Zurich. Sales fall 2016. Obviously, in light of those attacks, I did not, as I felt it would have been crass and insensitive. Right? So you get what's going on here. Sam was about to launch a group, and it just happened to be on the day of the awful, awful attacks, and so she didn't do the launch. But she personally has not had anyone cancel arrangements that were already made. But 3 different people, 3 staterooms, who were ready to pay their deposits on that AMA group. that weekend said they just want to wait to see how everything plays out. In light of what's happened, they don't feel comfortable planning a trip right now. So have you felt this? Have you experienced this? I bet you have. Right? And sadly, this keeps happening in our world time and time again. So how do you deal with it? What do you do? So Sam goes on to say, that leaves me wondering now what to do about the promoting the group. She's thinking about waiting. And there are so many what ifs knocking at my head. This is Sam writing here in light of the attacks. This Brussels lockdown, refugee crisis, possibly restrictive border controls, reinstating visa requirements, U.S. global alert through February. I get it. This is the business we're in. So she wants to know, the question is, do I wait for my clients to bring up these concerns, or should I address them up front when I begin promoting my group? What do you guys think? I'm going to share with you my take on this, and we'll scroll down and see what you guys have to say. Because I'm sort of facing this with my River Cruise group for 2017, and my mom already told me she spoke to some of her friends who have already deposited, and they're like, oh, I don't know. It's easy for me to say to my mom, oh, please, it's a year and a half from now, everything's going to be fine, it's all good, we're cruising nowhere near that area, whatever, but you can't do those things. You can't say those things to people. So, Sam, here's what I would say, and agents, I want to see what you would suggest, or what you have done, excuse me, with your clients. Okay. We can't hide from this. It's real. It's very real. So I would actually foster a conversation, not specifically about the event, okay, but call a meeting together. And don't necessarily, you don't want people to think you're calling this meeting, emergency meeting, because people, want to give them a chance to cancel. You don't want to do that. So sort of make it a regular scheduled program. And say, because I'm going to do this, so you'll see it. I'm going to put this out there for my River Cruise group. It's just that it's holiday time and slightly crazy right now. We're going to talk something about the itinerary, make the agenda about something about that trip, the exciting news. You have big news, something very exciting to share. And let it come up organically, and be prepared to address it. And be prepared how you're going to address it. And what you don't want to do is say, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, because that's going to make people worry about it. You're going to say you understand. You're going on this trip too. Or you've been a travel professional for 30 years, and sadly, this is the world we live. There are terrible things that happen all over the world, and you know what? We keep traveling. We need to keep traveling. We need to keep experiencing. And certainly our choices may be swayed by going to different parts of the world based on what's happening in our world at that time. But vacations never end. Despite what's happening in our world and what's happened, vacations never end. More than ever before, we need to get away and experience culture and joy and making new memories. By canceling our plans, again, you don't want to even say this, we're just denying ourselves and that those cities and those areas, our tourism, our passion for seeing how they live and how they eat, and we're denying it to ourselves. And you can speak from your own heart, Sam, and just say, for me, I get it. It's devastating. It's terrible. I read the same stuff you do. I have the same concerns and fears, but we're traveling together. And, things like that. So that's what I would like to say there. So let me just go through. I hope that helped, Sam, but I want to see what everybody else has to share. And in terms of the launch, I do totally agree that delaying it was good, but get it right back up. But make sure you leave open forums for people to talk and share, because they need to know that they're not alone with those same trepidations. So if they know they're all in the same boat together, having the same concerns, the same fears, the same hesitations, and everyone's going to stay put, and you're going to do what you're doing here, I think you're going to be okay, because we know how the world works. It's just a sad combination of peace and war at the same time, and we have to live on. I hate to get all philosophical and spiritual with you, but it's true. Patty says it helps when the CEO's kids are at the same school. He's emotionally invested in the group's success. All right, Patty was talking about that group where she went and made the presentation. Absolutely. So you want these people to be involved. You want those big names, the big influencers, the people who get all the respect to be involved, because it makes your job so much easier. Thank you for sharing. Gina says that she does both FIT and group. I'm reading what Gina wrote. I will also assist travelers that booked on their own, like a trade certification cruise. When they returned, they had several referrals from me and gave me the information for the next trade certification trip. I think that's great. So you'll even give. There's no immediate money in it for you, Gina, but you see an opportunity to help people, and even though they didn't book it through you, they bought a certification, a certificate, right? And it could be an incentive trip, right, that comes through a company, or they won it as a prize. You choose to help them because they may come. You may end up getting that business, handling that certification, that certificate, promotion or product yourself, and helping them with the next trip. I love it. It's risky, but I love it because you're being generous, you're helping, and they'll always remember you for your kindness. And I think it's outstanding that you do that, versus walk away and say, nope, talk to the hand. I don't want anything to do with that because I didn't book it. I'm not going to make any money. You're not my client. That's what we call about, remember what I said earlier, giving first, and you will receive. I believe that. Thank you for sharing that. I appreciate it. Nancy says she calls it memories of a lifetime. So Nancy, you're going back to referring to when you selling up, okay? When we were talking about that, and what you create. Right? The okay, the good, the better, the best, memories of a lifetime. I think it's great. And give examples on your website or when you're talking to clients. Give examples. When people say, why do I need you? Why do I need a travel agent? Well, let me tell you why. I have a couple who had used a travel agent in years, and then they trusted me, and they paid more to have me in their corner, on their side, in their pocket, as their personal travel concierge. And they came back from that trip and they said that it was mind-blowing how many things they had missed out in the past, that for the few extra dollars they paid, it was a phenomenal experience. And there were many more memories. Why? Because, and I'm just making this up, because you, the travel professional, you thought of things that they had never thought of before. You showed them ways to, remember I said this, right? You guys, there's only 3 things you do. I started off by telling you that you transform lives. You knew that. That's number 3. But the first thing you do is, write this down if you haven't heard me say this yet. You reduce stress and risk. You reduce stress and risk. Number 2, you increase value and convenience. You increase value and convenience. And number 3, you transform lives. That's all you do. That's what you're in the business of doing. Patty, I would never have taken such a flying leap outside my comfort zone without boot camp and your guidance, Stuart. Thank you for that. Thank you for your very beautiful words, Patty. I'm humbled by that, and I'm very grateful for that. And I appreciate that very, very much. Thank you. Michael. Hi, Michael. I tried. He says he tries doing only groups. Generally, don't turn on FIT, but Michael has an associate that covers that FIT. That's great. And listen, if any of you you're solopreneurs, you're doing it all on your own, and you do want to follow this business model of you doing groups and having an associate assistant, write it on Facebook. Maybe people like Michael can help you. Maybe others who do this, practice this model, can help you. How you take that leap of faith to hire or partner with somebody to handle some of your clients' FIT business. Gina said that, Gina's birthday was yesterday. Happy birthday. Wait, let me sing you a birthday song that I learned at Disney many, many, many years ago. I was with my kids. We were with family vacation at Disney, and they come over to sing happy birthday. I forget whose birthday it was, and here it is. You ready, everybody? So, Gina, this is for you. This is your birthday song. It isn't very long. Hey! That's it. That's it. That's what you get. Happy birthday, Gina. You know what? I think we should celebrate our birthdays every single day. Why can't every day be our birthdays? I'm just saying. Jean Ann says the next Stuart Hour. Thank you. Ask Stuart Hour is Tuesday, December 15th at 11 Eastern. Jean Ann, thank you very much. There you go, everybody. Make sure you sign up for it. And by the way, if you know of somebody who needs boot camp, who needs to start a group revolution of their own, send them my way. I love referrals. I don't really do advertising, okay? I do all these free webinars and I give out a lot of free stuff, and somebody says, hey, I need your boot camp, I welcome you in with open arms. But if you have a referral for me, I will give you a big old hug and, I don't know, a nice present as I thank you for referring people here to boot camp. And you'll know if they need this stuff. All right, Sam is responding to what we were talking about before. I hadn't thought of that. By hosting this group, I am in the same boat as they are, absolutely. You are right. Instead of discussing the facts of the world situation, I should share with them my feelings of why I've decided to go ahead and put my deposit down on this trip. Thanks for putting this in a different perspective with me. You are welcome, Sam. That's why they call me the wrench. I throw a wrench into everything. Sometimes good, sometimes bad, but I try to give you a different perspective. And Gina says, LOL, thank you. You're very, very welcome. All right, here's the deal, everybody. We've got 5 minutes left. 5 minutos. 5 minutes left. By the way, I'm Central Time, so don't get frightened if you're in Eastern Time. 5 minutes left. Get in your last-minute questions, comments, suggestions, stuff, anything. Looks like nobody's going to put their camera on, their microphone on, and that's okay. That's okay. Who else is here we haven't heard from yet? I'm not going to mention anybody by name, but I am so grateful we have such a great turnout today. I know things are very, very, very busy for everybody right now, and for you to give me this time, I'm grateful, but I hope you look at it as not giving me this time, that you're giving yourself this time. I hope that by being here, and being, even if you don't participate, hearing what your colleagues are dealing with, and that you're not alone. You're not alone. And by the way, I can't even talk about this because it's just way terribly exciting for me, but I'm launching a new business next year, and it has to do with helping support, encourage, and connect people like you. So it's not just travel, it's all kinds of businesses focusing on not necessarily entrepreneurs, but solopreneurs. I want you to feel not that you're in a silo by yourself, but that you're solo, you're on your own business, and there's a lot of people out there who can help, support, and encourage. So I'm taking this show that I'm doing in travel right now on the road. It's going to be big, and I hope each and every one of you will be in the network that I'm starting absolutely free, and we're going to help connect to other solopreneurs and all kinds of businesses. So I've already said too much, and I think I'm recording this. So it's out there. Gina is in. All right, everybody. That's it. Come on. We got 3 minutes left, and if we get nothing else coming through, then we're going to end the show. Don't leave because something really cool could come through. Tell me, anybody have a question? Anybody have a goal? Anybody, I don't know. Anybody else need stitches? Did I say anything funny that put you in the stitches today? I don't know. In any case, so here we go. Here we go. Patty's in. She's putting in a request for the Greensboro area. All right, cool. All right, I like it very much. All right, everybody. Well, I look forward to seeing everybody on December 15th. Remember, if you come across issues, problems, challenges, at any time, you could send them to me or post it on Facebook to get feedback from everybody else. And I promise, just like I did for Linda and Sam here, I'll make sure we address them because there's usually a lot of stuff. Thank you, Patty, for your kind words. She said that I'm awesome. Thank you very much. Thank you. That's very kind. I love what I do. I hope you can tell. And I'm going to load this up for everybody who wasn't able to be here live. I'm grateful you've been here. I wish you the very, very best of success and happiness. And we'll see you on the 15th of December. Bye, everybody.